What's going on, everybody? Thanks for coming out to the LMK show tonight. Ken's having a little Wi-Fi issues. He's out in Pittsburgh tonight helping out a friend. Um, so like always, make sure you guys support US Arc and US Arc Florida. And shout out to my brother Justin over there at Pressure Pythons. Appreciate you, bro, as always. So I ain't going to do no little intro tonight, but we're going to pop out the guests, and we got a couple other people that are going to jump on as well tonight. But let's pop out Big Mike real quick.
What's
What's
going
going
on,
on,
everybody?
Mike? How you
How
doing
are you,
tonight,
man?
brother?
I'm
Good,
good. And
good, good.
yourself?
Nice to meet you. Good,
Nice to
good.
meet you as well.
How you doing? How's
I'm
uh
good.
how's everything where you're at?
Everything's good, man. Can't complain. You know.
Nice, nice. Why don't you tell the people where you're from and where they can kind of get a hold of you?
All right. I'm from Orange County, New York. Um, IG is the best place to get a hold of me if you want to speak to me. I also have a YouTube channel. Both are Ramery's Royals. So you can find me with typing in Ramery's Royals either on YouTube or on IG. And if you go on IG, it has the links to my YouTube if you can't find me on there.
Nice. So let's just do. I'm gonna do a couple shout outs real quick here. See who we got in the crowd tonight. Morph Valley, thanks for coming out. Appreciate it. Will, what's good? Thanks for stopping by. James, appreciate you for stopping out. We got the sponsor in the house. Will from 217 Pythons. Appreciate the sponsorship, brother. Eddie, appreciate the sponsorship. RGI, appreciate the sponsorship. Shauna, how you doing tonight? Shauna's hitting up everybody. Tagging away. Yes, I was in there double dipping. Sorry. Jay, what's good, brother? Thanks for stopping out. There's old Ken. Don't worry about it, Ken. We got you. We'll hold it down. We'll do the best we can tonight. What's up, Brave? Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Old Ken's all up in there. Oh, look at this guy. We got John in there. John was in. He's there saying what's up. Appreciate it, John. Thanks for stopping out. The old dead man, Brother Vance. Knew you'd be in the building as always. Just kind of skipping through a couple people here because everybody was chatting back and forth. Hey, Mitzi. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. The other John. What's going on, John? Old Mission Morphs. It was good seeing you guys and meeting you out at Daytona for sure. What else we got up in here? Just kind of rolling through real quick. Just in case I don't want to miss anybody. What up, Prize? Good seeing you, Chris. Out there in the old outback of Australia. What's good, Tommy? Thanks for stopping out. Appreciate it. Jose, what's good, brother? Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Oh, look at this guy. I ain't seen him in a while. Oh, Big D. Oh, Derek. What's going on, brother? All City Serpents. James, thanks for stopping out. Appreciate it. Chucky, what's good, man? It was nice meeting you in Daytona this year. Had a good time. Me and Chucky hung out at the old auction quite a bit. So, Mike, what genes you like working with?
Recessive or codoms?
Recessive, codoms. What's your favorite? What projects you like working?
So right now, well, clown is my favorite gene. I'll be
Okay.
completely honest. Um, but I'm working clown with hypo, DG hypo. puzzle, paint. Paint is another one of my favorites. I think it's going to do
Nice.
really well.
Yep.
What else I have there? And I'm working Ultramel with Pied. Um, Pied
Okay.
is to me, I think that's the one that draws everybody in, right? So, and I like what Ultramel does in it, the way they look. So I went that route with that.
Yeah,
So I
you get
plan
some
on
mixed
vending.
emotions with the people with the pods, right? Like, oh, they don't sell, they sell. I personally believe they sell and they move, and I believe they're eye catchers.
Yeah,
I mean, it attracts a lot of people that, especially people that have never seen one. When they do see a pod, they're like, "What the kind of snake is that?" You know, like immediately it's just an eye opener for them.
yeah. No, I agree. I just started vending. I only did one show so far. I have two more coming up, and I had a high OD yellow belly pied on the table, and man, that thing got all the attention in the world. You know, everybody that walked by wanted to see that snake. So
What show you doing? The White Plains show?
actually, I'm not gonna do White Plains because
Okay,
none of my hatchlings will be ready. Um, I'm gonna be doing Finger Lakes. It's about 2 hours for me, 2.5 hours with Herbert Bonilla from HB Reptiles.
okay.
So he put me on to that show. I'm gonna be doing that one. That one is October 5th, if I'm not mistaken. And then I'm gonna be doing the Mid Hudson show, God willing, if they have a table open up. And
Is
that's
that
gonna
the one at the
be
Civic Center in Poughkeepsie?
correct, exactly.
Wow, they're still doing the one in Poughkeepsie. That's awesome, and they've been doing that quite some time now.
Yeah, yeah. I want to get in there as close to home, and by the end of October, well, by October, I'm hoping I have these hatchlings already 6 meals in, 7 meals in, and ready to go. So,
You should also check Matamoros used to do one, which ain't too far from you. Matamoros, PA. It's right on the other side of the border, right there.
oh, that's right past Port Jervis.
Yeah. They used to
Yeah, they
do
have a
one
show.
right there. They used to. I don't know if they still do. I mean, I'm going back a little bit, but they used to.
I
I
gotta
mean,
look
if
into
White
that.
Plains is still rolling, it's a good chance they might. You know what I mean? But it couldn't
Yeah,
hurt to look.
yeah, absolutely. Thank you. I'm gonna look
Yeah,
into that.
yeah, no problem. Because I know that's kind of close to you. You know, you told me where your area is, so I know that area well. You know.
Yeah, that's like 30 minutes
Yeah,
tops.
for sure. And it's right there. As soon as you go across the border, bang, you're right there.
Okay, I
They
gotta check
used to
that
have it
out.
right down at the past the skating rink, the ice skating ring right there as you get off the highway.
I'm not sure. By the Home Depot.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah,
Down that same
that's
road by Home Depot. Yep.
yeah, that's close. That's
Yeah.
very close, actually.
But if you don't mind, we got a couple guests we're going to bring out real quick. If you don't mind, Mike,
Absolutely.
let's bring out this guy. I think you might know him. Oh, Big D. What's
Hey,
up, Derek?
hey, what up? What up? What up? You
How
guys
you
It's
all
doing,
right?
good.
brother?
I'm great. I'm great. I'm glad to be on here yet again.
Good to see you, man. I didn't see you in Daytona this year. I don't know what happened.
I couldn't make it. Just couldn't make it.
Last year you snuck up on everybody. This year you no show, no go.
Yep. I did. I missed it though. Like I wanted to be there, but I was stuck at home. Couldn't leave. Couldn't leave.
Nah,
But next year.
I was said there's always next. You going to the Atlanta show?
Oh yeah, Bob Blue show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I'm actually I'm filming that show for him with drones.
okay. Okay.
So yeah, it's gonna be pretty epic. It's gonna be pretty cool. So
It's a possibility you might see me there.
oh, is it? All
It's a
right.
it's a good possibility
Well then, damn, we're gonna have to hang out for at least
for
five
sure.
minutes. At least five. I know you're a busy man, but
Oh yeah. I don't know anybody in Atlanta besides you and Keys, bro. Let's bring this guy out over here. Y'all all know him. It's John from More Forge. What's
What's
good,
up,
John?
gentlemen?
How you doing tonight,
What's
brother?
going on?
Oh, just chilling. I was sitting on the couch a minute ago, and I figured I better get in this music room here and join you
Hey,
folks.
why not? We could all play
Right.
tunes together.
Yeah. You got to throw something in the background. You don't want to see the tornado behind me otherwise.
So how's
we got
everything going with you?
you, Ken.
We're doing, season's just dragging. I mean, it started slow and there's still clutches just coming. They're just so spread out. It's a weird year, but we're dealing with it, taking what we get.
And it
That's
was
everybody
also
this year, right? Everybody this year. Slow, slow, slow.
it
Late,
was
late
also a
season.
pleasure meeting you and Jamie and Jason in Daytona as well, man. We had a blast
Oh,
together. It was fun.
absolutely. Yeah, I wouldn't have missed it.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the way it went down and our timing and stuff. We definitely won't do that again the same way. But yeah, we'll make a better run of it next go.
Yeah.
Awesome to
Next
meet
time
everybody
it's
for
gonna
sure.
have to be like, a 3-day tour,
Yeah, at least. I mean, it might just be the full week, go Wednesday to Wednesday and just take your
Hey,
time.
there you go. There you go.
Yeah. Yep.
Then you can actually go some other places, Gatorland. You can check out some other sites.
Absolutely. You bet.
How's all
Yeah, I'm
your
excited to.
clutches? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm just excited to hear from your guest. I want to hear from Big Mike, man. He's got so much heat over there.
I was just
I don't
about
want
to
to take
say.
any focus.
So, how's your clutches coming along this year, Mike?
Good, man. My last three have been awesome. I can't, I got lucky, very lucky with the stuff I hit. Um, I have one left. It's in the incubator already. That's also a head-to-head pairing. I'm shooting for an allelic combo with that. That's
Nice.
a blackhead head clown that went to a Cypress OD head clown. So I'm hoping to get that blackhead Cypress clown, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to build with allelic combos and supers, so that way when I put stuff together, I know what's what. There is no if, ands, or buts.
Smart. It's smart. That's a good way to do it. A great way to do it. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ken has always said something about Lelix, combos, because this way, when everything comes out, nothing will ever be a normal.
Well, yeah, that
Exactly.
as well.
Yeah.
Yep. You never hit a normal. Yeah.
Yep.
Got lucky with some
And
allelic spot nose bongos and fire Batman bongos.
okay,
Got
so it
some.
sounds like you got a little bit of this and a little bit of that over there, huh?
I went really heavy with bongo this year. I really like
Okay.
that gene. I think it's a promising gene and it's underrated and underworked. Um, Hopefully, with the video Justin put out, it's gonna bring a lot more people into that project of bongo. I would assume it would. Um, but I had got a mail from Mary from Rec Room when I first started, and he did well for me. I can't believe how good he did for me. Yeah,
So how many clutches you say you got total this year? 4, 5?
6.
Oh, 6. Okay.
I did a total
Okay.
of 6. I shot for some high OD yellow belly hurricane pieds. That was a wash. No hurricane pieds. Then I had a bongo clutch, which had pastel in the mix. Pastel just overtook the whole clutch. So the only bongo clown I got out of it was pastel. So to me, that, I'm not hating on pastel. It has its place, but to me, that was a wash. Um, then after that, I got the 3 clutches that I just hatched. One was the bongo fire clown male. He went to a spot nose leopard head clown, and I got 11 eggs from that, and 8 out of the 11 were clowns. And
Oh,
I hit,
nice.
Wow.
yeah,
Very
three, a 2-to-1 on a bongo fire Batmans out of that clutch, out of the clowns.
Wow.
Then the clutch after that was that same male. He went to a hurricane head clown. I no visual clowns in that clutch, so my luck kind of ran out. But I got a couple of bongo hurricane head clowns out of that one, and the pattern distortion on them is just ridiculous with the hurricane and the bongo put together. What's going on, man?
What's up,
Yeah,
Big Mike?
what's up,
What's
man?
up, Justin? How you
How's it going?
doing, brother?
John, Derek, how's you guys doing tonight?
Doing.
living
Good to see you, Justin.
So what was the next clutch you had after that one? That
Then
hatched.
after that, I did a head-to-head pairing.
Okay.
I ended up getting 2 animals from a fellow New Yorker, MM Royals. out in Long Island. Matt, cool dude.
Yeah.
I got a freeway head clown from him and asphalt head clown female. Put them together. I ended up hitting a super asphalt clown female. And how many? I hit 1, 2, 3, 4. I hit 4 super asphalts that I'm going to be having tested. And I hit 3 freeways that I'm also have tested. And I believe her to be asphalt. Obviously, she's asphalt / YB. It's kind of hard to tell them apart. But by the way she looks, in my opinion, I think she's asphalt. But I'll be selling her as an asphalt / YB.
That
That
super
sounds-
asphalt clown was insane, by the way. I did catch that on Instagram. That thing looked
Thank you.
fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you.
It sounds like the odd gods were on your side on 2 clutches right there,
Okay,
huh?
it does sound like it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, you got 11 egg clutch and 8 out of the 11 you said was clown.
That's right.
I mean,
That's right.
you can't complain on that.
Yeah,
That's like,
yeah.
I was
it
kind of
was a good
hoping we could
clutch.
get a picture of your incubator to see what arrangement the stickers are in to get that kind of luck. I don't know if
No.
we need to move stuff around or.
It's a small incubator, man. I actually just ordered a new incubator, but this one here I got from Cornell World out in Canada. When I was first looking for an incubator, they're pricey, and I didn't want to build my own. I didn't want to leave any room for error. So I actually called them out there, and I got a gentleman on the phone. Don't know him, sounded like an older gentleman. And I told him, hey, I'm in New York. I wanted to grab an incubator from you guys. And he was like, they don't sell them over there? I was like, oh, I just wanted to see what you would price it at. So he was like, what do you want? So I told him what I wanted, something that could fit 6 clutches. So he priced out the parts. Shipped and everything was cheaper than any incubator I can get here in the States, the same size. Which is crazy if you think about it. Yeah.
now, Big Mike, if you build your own, it'll be cheaper than what you paid.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. But, and then, like you said, he wanted everything dialed in. So to have
Right.
it,
Yes.
you spend a few $100 extra, whatever, There's some guys that want to cut the ties in time and just have it brought to them. Would you want to, shout out that company's name at all and give them a reference on here or no?
Yeah. It was Cornell World out in Canada. It's actually the same guy that Billy from Mutation Creation gets his incubators from.
See? There you go.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was a super nice guy, man. Doesn't know me from a hole in the wall. He parted out. He said, well, you're going to need a fan. You're going to need this. You're going to need that. He gave me the price, and I was like, that's it? Shipped? He was like, yeah, shipped. I
Right.
paid him right on the spot because I couldn't find anything over here for that price.
Right.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
crazy.
So you were saying too, Derek, trust me, it's easy to get some computer fans, some heat
Well, Derek got a nice. Derek built his, man. I bugged him and bugged him and bugged him for how long, Derek, about them plans on that incubator, boy.
I made a video
That's
of it.
like, what is it, like 4 by 4, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yep. 4
by
by 4, all out of half-inch thick PVC, whatever, recessed wall, fans, everything. And what I did was I bought a Nature Spirit incubator, and I loved it. It was great, did the job, awesome, but it only held 6 8-quart tubs.
Yep.
And it was 500 and change shipped to me. And I was like, man, I need way bigger than this. And so I was gonna buy another one from them to have 2. But what I did was I took theirs apart and then re-put it back together to see exactly what they did. And then I just went and bought all the material and built a 4 foot by 4 foot one. And let me tell you, man, that thing held 480 eggs, and it was $100 cheaper than what I paid.
Jesus.
And I don't have it no more because I built it so big I couldn't get it out of my house in Illinois when I moved to Georgia. So I left it in the basement, and that sucks. But and now I can build them. So and I just build them for myself. I would never build something myself and sell to somebody else, because I mean, when I built that, it worked perfect. I had no issues. Like we all lose eggs. Eggs still got lost here and there, 1 or 2 out of a clutch randomly. But I held heat. It did everything great. There was just no issues at all with that incubator I built. But I'm not confident enough, I guess, to sell them to people, because I don't want to be like, all right, well, this didn't hold this and do that, and now I got this issue. But it's when you, like you were saying, Big Mike, when you build it yourself instead of buying it. When you buy it, you're taking away your X, Y, and Z of issues potentially, And so me, I was like, my X, Y, and Z was money. So I took that away and built a huge one, and it worked amazing. And I'll be building another one here very soon, because I had to cut down my breeding size from going from 30 something clutches. Now I'm doing 12 a season, which is fine. I'm happy. Still a little much for me, but I can manage. But I love that incubator.
Wall on that one there that you built?
A false wall, yeah.
You did
do a false wall on the back. So all my heat was ran in the back.
So it's all pushed down and came all back up,
Yep. So I had a fan at the top of the false wall and a fan at the bottom. The top sucked in the air, and the bottom blew it out, so that the air circulate right through all that heat, and just came running up. And I had all my jugs of water at the bottom. So if power goes out, the water's at the temperature of the incubator, keeps it going for at least 6 hours, hopefully more. And I had power go out, but never more than an hour or two, and I still never had an issue.
Come on.
So took a lot of time into building it, sealing it, make sure there's no air leaks. Like I did it. My biggest mistake, which I'll never do again, is I put a on the front door, which is PVC. I cut out a 2 foot by 3 foot piece of window for plexiglass, and I didn't like that because so a lot of us, when you get your incubators, a lot of people get mold in their incubators, correct? Like most people do. Most people do, not a lot of us. But mold, the only way mold grows is with light.
Yep.
So if you take away that light factor, you get no mold.
Right.
So if your incubator is completely in the dark, you're not going to have mold growing on your eggs.
Yep.
So that it gives you a higher percentage of eggs not going bad compared to with you allowing light into the incubator, allowing a chance for mold to grow. And then also with that is when your snakes hatch, everybody gets the gnats. Well, I get gnats in my eggs. They fly. I don't know how they get in the incubators. They get in there. You get gnats in the incubator, especially when eggs go bad. Like when it's darkness, you get no bugs. Not 100%, but 90% of the chance you're not getting any bugs flying because no light. There's no food for them to eat off of in there. So they're not going to want to go in there. My theory. So
I've said that before. Even like when you have the big incubators, like a big glass door, it's like you better have that in a dark space. If not, you are going to have mold because, like you said, light is going to just bring it all to it. And same thing with flies and everything else. Light's going to attract it all. And you cut down all of that. Which I'm waiting for the one guy to just make an incubator with no clear door. Here's a little camera you get. Here's an app to your phone, and you can see everything right there, And I tell you what, you probably have some of the best fucking clutches.
Justin, I'm gonna make that for you. I like that.
Well, you can get the little, what are they, Ring cameras, the little smaller ones now. You can put that inside and do the same thing off your app on the phone.
Nowadays, like there's so many cheap cameras you can get out there that you can put in there for nothing.
You can use Blink, the Blink cameras on Amazon. They're awesome.
Same thing.
Weatherproof, all that. They can sit in there with the humidity, all the dampness. Like they're fine. They're gravy. Like
I can't say a lot of people that do breed. They do breed in their basement. They do breed in their garage. But like half the time their garage is sealed, so they have a door to it or whatever. But it is when you think about that, it's like if you had to open up that front door every day and your incubator's in there, you would cause way more problems for yourself than you didn't. So I don't know. I think about stuff like that. That is one thing I've always been taught. Light causes mold. Same with bread. You put your bread in a little bread storage. It's dark, not in light. on the counter. You know, no.
But to Mike's point, I mean, I completely get wanting to get something you know is good and is going to work. Mike's putting together nice clutches. I mean, I don't care when our pastel and normal clutch comes out. Now, I mean, we ain't doing that, but you know what I'm saying.
You
But
do.
when you're putting together what Mike's putting together,
together.
yeah, big difference. You know, you need those clutches to be successful. So I 100% get that, Mike. That's a smart move, especially when you're
Yeah.
I
starting
still
out.
want to buy a
You
Mike
want it to
a
work.
Wheelbase incubator. Just
Oh, I tell Stan all the time I want a wheelbase. He's
Yep,
like, we
I
can do
still
this one
want
and do this one. I'm like, bro, I want to buy a wheelbase.
I want, and they're so expensive, but I don't. I want the biggest, best one because if I'm gonna drop all the money with those go for, I'm just gonna
Right.
bite the bullet and buy the biggest one he makes, so I can just be all right, and then compare it to
Yeah,
the
they're
ones
just,
I
but they're
see.
all right. So a lot of people don't realize there's still a wine fridge that's made in China.
That's what I heard.
It's all it is. It's just temperature controlled wine fridge that's made in China. That's all it is.
Yep.
It's
I
all it
actually
is.
went with the
100%. That's all it is.
I actually went with the smaller animal plastics, the one they just came out with.
Yep.
Yeah, I went with that, and my whole reasoning for that was they're stackable. They're only $500, and it's a lot easier to control the climate in a smaller incubator like that could hold, 12 to 14 clutches,
Right.
and you can control the climate in there way easier than you can in a large incubator. Because I believe the Wilbanks one, and it cools as well.
Yes. It's for
Yeah.
brumate.
It's so you can brumate as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, Josh. What Derek was saying is mold doesn't grow in the dark. It only grows with the light.
Yes.
So yes, Josh.
Yeah, luckily I didn't have no mold or flies.
All right, man. I get being in Georgia, man. Gnats. Shit, you guys might see flies flying around me right now with my garage door open.
Oh yeah, you got the garage door open with the light on. Well, yeah, man.
Yep,
Definitely.
they're everywhere.
You might as well just
Everywhere.
have a little bug zapper in there. Zip bop, zip bop.
I need
Thing
one.
would be
I need one.
Derek, is
snapping
that
all night.
behind you? What you got in the cage behind you?
What's that?
What's in the cage behind you?
Day geckos.
Either way, they're loving the bugs flying around too. Shit.
If they get in there.
Open the door, let me catch one of them bugs flying around.
Yo, flies are smart. Flies are smart, man. They know where they'll get eaten. And I got a colony of blue-tailed skinks that live outside of my garage, and they come in like cricket feeding day. They're all in my garage. The skinks, all like, all right, who's crawling out of the cage? Who do I get to eat? Like, they're all in here, but they ain't catching the flies. Flies are smart. Like, they suck. I hate them.
Josh said mold is fungus. It grows in the dark only.
I was going to bring that up. Yeah, it doesn't require light at all. It grows
Yeah.
completely behind all the sheetrock in houses. There's no light back there, and that
That's
shit's
true.
growing like mad.
It does, but it's God. How do I?
Does light feed it though?
No,
It's different. It's different kinds of molds. Like your
Yes.
white molds, you got black mold, which is horrible to have. That's behind our that could kill people. All that. We don't get black mold on our eggs. We get white. We get yellow mold, some blue mold. But if you make it dark, okay, so yes, you can potentially still get mold. Which there's another trick to this that I haven't tried it yet, but Fred and AJ from FNA Reptiles told me about this. Is they will put a drop of
FNA balls. FNA balls.
FNA balls. They would put a drop of is it iodine or biodine? What's that stuff? That red stuff you put if you get a cut?
That's
iodine,
iodine.
yeah.
Iodine.
Yep.
You put a drop of that inside your vermiculite, your perlite, and they said they've never had mold issues with that. Now I haven't tried it yet, but they told me this a couple years ago, and I was like, oh, I'm going to try it. I've been slacking. I haven't had to deal with it, but that may work and help too.
Sure. Yeah.
Damn, I got called out on my mold light, which is true. And I was like, I should have said that because, I know it grows in dark too, but for the most
She's
part,
like, I got called out on my mold. What's your
Well, we got awfully
what's your long
sidetracked.
What's your long-term goals there, Big Mike?
Long-term goals to work triple recessive projects. A lot of incomplete dominance that I'm really into that I feel don't get the shine that they should get, such as Grim, Bongo again, a couple other ones, and get them into triple recessives and stack genes together that I feel work well together. Pretty much work what I like, and not chase anybody's coattail,
Yeah,
for lack of better
you
words.
don't hear too many people talk about Grim.
I love Grim. I actually got a pairing this season coming up. I just got a lock on the girl. She's a Grim spot nose double het hypo clown, and I put a granite hypo clown to her. So I'm hoping to make some Grim spot nose hypo clowns, God willing.
Nice.
Well, with the
Yeah.
odds you've been getting, I think you'd be all right.
Well, I should get half whatever I get.
Right.
Yeah. So it should be if I hit 6 eggs, I should get 3 out of the 6, if I'm not mistaken. Then that same male, I got him going to. So my plan is hopefully hit a female from that clutch, or if not, if I get a male, I'll probably let him go. But the goal is to get a female from that clutch and then get a male from the Bongo Enchi double hair hypo clown that I'm trying to produce. If I hit a male from that, put that back to a visual Grim spot nose hypo clown and get those all working together. It'll be a allelic and it'll have Grim and Enchi in it. Grim for the pattern and Enchi for the color.
Nice. Yeah, Grim is a cool gene, man.
Yellow belly in there too. Help that color come out.
What's some of like the triple recessive you're shooting for?
I don't want to say that one yet until I get my heads. I'm gonna keep that one underneath the hat.
Smart man right there. Smart man. You got to keep some things under wraps once in a while.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be working on my head spirit though this upcoming season. So, God willing, see what happens.
Come on.
So if you hit the Powerball for $100 million, where would you take it? Where would you take the reptiles? Where would you go with your hobby?
Well, first things first, make sure the family's right, get all that.
For
And
sure.
at that point, honestly, I it wouldn't even matter me. I'll give the fuckers away if I make if I hit 100 million, right? I'll be able to open up a nice size facility. And that'll be my man cave, man.
It'd be like, come on in, $20 grab bags. Take your pick.
Yeah. I really enjoy it, and I just want to create stuff.
Yep.
Of course, I would like to at least have it pay for itself, right?
Right.
If I got $100 million, I really don't care at that point,
So you're gonna hit that big
snake on the house.
Itself.
Huh?
You're gonna hit that big lottery, and then you're just gonna tank the rest of the market. Just get rid of them all for $20.
No. I guess you would have to be part of the inner circle, and then you just come over. Hey, take that home with you, pal.
All right, everything's free now. Whole market could just go straight to hell.
Right.
Yeah.
So, you're working that gene here. You could take this one home with you too. Why not?
Yep. That's funny though. But yeah, good spirit.
What's up, Greg? Thanks for
Spread
stopping
the
by.
love they can hate, but just spreading love. So.
Right.
Yeah, man. Honestly, if you think about it, it's crazy what we actually pay for snakes.
Oh, it is.
It's. I never in a million years thought I would pay what I've paid for some of these animals. Like if you would have told me this prior, I would have been like, "Get out my face! You're bugging out."
Especially to what they're worth now. It's like,
Yeah, like come on, you can't be serious. Who's gonna go drop 3 stacks on a snake or 5 stacks? Come on. But
Kind of you said though, Mike. If other big breeders that are all part of a tight circle, they're giving each other deals and helping each other out. So
100%. It's
and
you
then
got to be part of the inner circle, right? If you're not
still keeping it tight knit. At the end of the day, you got to pay attention and be smart with what you do. That's how I put it. You got to pay attention and be smart.
Yeah, it's not a coincidence when people have triple recessives of the same, genes and with the same codoms, and they vend like 4 tables away from each other, and they drink it together.
Come on
It's
now.
for a reason.
Cheers, and they're like, cheers, cheers,
Yeah.
cheers.
Cheers.
And
Cheers.
and in my opinion, there's nothing wrong with that, right? That's
There's nothing.
that's
That's
what you
all.
want to do. You want to build your community, and the people you get along with, that you see eye to eye with, have things in common with, and equal goals, and that's who you want to surround yourself with.
See, but the key is what you said earlier. You breed for yourself. You make things for yourself, what you like, and then other people fall into it.
Well, God willing, they fall into it, right? Not all the time.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right.
I hit all these nice animals, and I'm over here. I was setting them up today, and I'm like, man, I hope I can move these fuckers, because there's a lot of snakes. They gotta go.
It's a lot of work and a lot of food.
Upset said, "Don't forget, Big Mike. He's also in New York. Wink, wink."
What's up, Upstate?
Tom's good
So
people,
if your most expensive snake got loose, Big Mike, how far are you going to find it?
Yeah.
How far I'm going to find it?
If it got loose in your house, how far are you going to find it?
Oh, the whole family tearing the whole place apart. We're gonna find it. We're gonna
He's like,
find it. First of all,
even if we got to do a little sheetrock, we find it.
My wife ain't going to sleep until I find it. So it ain't an option.
So the wife doesn't like snakes? Is that what we're getting?
Well,
Or she doesn't mind them? She just ain't handling them.
No, she's come around a little bit now. She has one that, for whatever reason, he's her favorite, so she'll come visit with him. But when I initially told her, she thought I was like having some kind of midlife crisis or something. She was like, you're bugging out. You're doing too much. Relax. But she's cool with it. She's very supportive. She knows I'm into it. I enjoy it. And to be honest, it's a stress relief as well. Come in here. You don't have to deal with other humans. Humans are probably the worst, right? So come in here, hang out with the animals.
Probably.
Well, I was trying to be nice and optimistic about it.
Being too optimistic now.
Yeah. But yeah, she's supportive. But yeah, if a snake got loose, she ain't going to bed. I'm gonna have to find it. That's for sure.
Oh shit. We got a buddy.
I thought you had a raccoon at first, John.
Yeah,
I
that's
was
a
like,
big
"Man, you
cat.
got a pet. I thought you had a pet raccoon.
That was a black-headed python at first. I just seen the tail. I was like, damn, all right.
I think he's 3/4 raccoon. He's a handful for sure, that one.
Well, he can't be that bad. He isn't attacking your leg yet. Like, yo, I'm coming back up there regardless.
Right. I mean, he'll be up here. Give him a minute. Yep, there he is. Didn't take long. We'll just hold him up here because he ain't gonna leave otherwise. He's a good boy.
Come on, give me some attention. What are you doing?
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, as soon as I come out here, he'll stay away from me all day till I sit down here at the computer. But that is what it is.
Well, mine are all inside because it's raining, and now they're all like, Shaq and Draco are pacing back and forth in front of the rat door. I was like, oh, y'all just want to get in the rat room and tear some rats up. I know you.
Yep. Every time you crack the door open, they slowly go in there like, do. Nobody's going to see me, right? It's like, get out of there.
Right. Exactly.
So how many clutches you think you're going to run next year, Big Mike? Roughly around the same? Or you think you're going to do a few more?
A few more. I'm pairing 20.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm a little nervous in doing so. But my whole thought process behind it is if the females are ready and I purchased those females, it's for a reason. So I might as well get it done,
Yep.
Get it out the way. If not, you guys know how this goes. Something that's cool now, it cannot be cool in the next day, or in an hour. So try to get them done, see who goes. If I won't be upset if only, 15 or 14 go. that'll be good for me. But I would, try to get all of them out there, get them done.
Right.
Mike, are you ultrasounding?
Yes.
Sweet. Come on.
Yeah. I ultrasound, but at the same time, I call it bumping. I just made up a term for it, or you can call it fluffing, whatever you want to call it. But I throw a male in there.
Yep. Try to get them going. Yep.
Yeah, man. If I need you know what? And that's what I did with the 6 females that went for me. They were all first time moms, and that's exactly what I did. They weren't building. I ultrasounded them. I didn't see nothing. I said, you know what? Let me try. I forgot who told me. It was probably more than likely it was my boy Brian from Whiteheart. He's been a huge help to me. So it was more than likely him or Paul Milner from Urban Constrictors. But either way, one of them told me about it, and I said, you know what? Let me do it. And I threw a male in those tubs, and they all went for me. So I ultrasounded the other day, and only 2 had growth. One was at 10 and one was at 15. So I said, you know what? Let me just get the other girls started. Popped the male, took some of his sperm plugs on a proven breeder male, wiped it on the girls, threw the new males in there because they're all first-time breeders as well.
Oh, nice.
So I believe I paired up 7 because I have a couple of males going to multiple females. And some of the males were in shed as well. And out of the 7, I got 3 confirmed compilations that I've seen, 3 locks that I've seen visually. The other ones, I don't know if they did lock or they didn't lock, but they were on top of each other, hanging out and cuddling. So we'll see.
Okay. Hey, that's still a good sign. He's
Yeah.
not on both ends of the bin,
Yeah, I hate when that
I
happens.
opened that bin quite a few times. Been like, why aren't y'all just doing your thing?
Yeah, they're like 2 blocks away from each other.
Yep.
Right.
They do it when they're ready to do it. It just is that
Yep.
thing, It's weird. How many
we've had
clutches you do this year, Derek?
12.
12?
Come
Yeah.
on.
Okay.
11 was due yesterday to hatch, but I'm waiting to cut them because I've been cutting at day 55, and they've been going 4 to 7 days after of coming out of the egg. So I'm just waiting on this clutch, and then my last clutch is due in October, which is going to be redheads, double hat, G-stripe albino. So.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Nice.
How many clutches y'all get this year, John?
We have
So far, I should say.
Yeah, I think we have 16 incubated. We just cut 12, so there's 4 more sitting.
Okay.
No, 5 because we got one on this side the other day. Jammed that in there. I think we'll probably be around 18, 19 maybe. There's a couple still kind of sitting in that 25 range, but they've been there forever. Just kind of sat at that 25 and hovered there. Can't get them to go forward, but they're not reabsorbing either. They've been drifting right in there for a month and a half. And normally you'll see it move one direction or the other, start to shrink again or go up. But every time we check 25, we're like, what in the heck is this girl doing? But yeah, probably 18, 19, something like that, I'm guessing.
Nice.
Who knows on those last couple, but
That actually
yeah, we
happened to
just
me, John, with
yeah.
the Cypress OD one that ended up going for me. She was stuck at about 25, 27, and then out of nowhere I checked her and she was reabsorbing. It was like down to, if I remember correctly, like 10 or 12, and then it was just nothing. And I was like,
Wow.
fuck. And she had taken a rodent too. But I had another female that she would take a rodent occasionally. Like she almost not ate straight through, but she would take one here and there. So I didn't think none of it, but she ended up reabsorbing. And then out of nowhere, I checked her again, and she was building, and she went for me. So
Huh.
apparently, from what I was told, they have two strands, since they have
Yep.
two overall ducks.
2 sides. Yep.
Yeah, and she apparently went on the other side, and
Okay.
yeah, she ended up giving me, I believe it was 8 eggs.
Okay. Yeah, we haven't had them sit there. I mean, this will be our 3rd year ultrasounding now, and it's always been they'll go one direction or the other. So they won't just sit at that size. And it's a long time. I mean, it's not like a week or two. It's over a month that they're just at that 25. And we'll see it go up or down, right? Like one direction or the other just kind of makes a choice. Sometimes they reabsorb, sometimes they go, but these things have just hovered, and I've not seen that yet. So
Oh,
I
Kurt.
don't know what the indicator there is or what you can do about it, but
So I
just
got a
let them do
question.
their thing.
After they reabsorb, how long does it take for them normally to rebuild back up?
Honestly, we don't even check until it's almost close to their next season. We
Okay.
haven't really looked like 2 months out there to say, hey, they're ready again. Do you know what I mean? It's almost like, okay, if that was their time this year, so we kind of just assume it's the next season again.
Okay.
I don't know one way or the other. Maybe in 3 months they're ready again. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, that was about when mine started building again, like 2 months, two and a
Because I
half
have a
months.
Yeah.
female I'm not ultrasounding. I was taught by my old mentor how to use an ultrasound, and I'm not now because I haven't felt like I needed it quite yet. So I haven't gotten it yet. But I had a
Sure.
female that I was pretty sure was building, etc. And then I looked at her, I was like, "You're not absorbing." She went back on the food, everything. And now I'm kind of curious because now she looks like she is rebuilding kind of. So I'm kind of
Could
like,
be.
I'm like, what's the? That's why I'm kind of curious on the time frame because it feels like it's been like a 3.5 to 4 month distance in between, and now I feel like she's rebuilding back again. And she's taking food
Well,
again, and she wasn't before, and now she's like, give it to me, you know. So it's kind of just
and it
curiosity in my head because I don't have the tools in front of me. If I did, I could definitely tell you, but I don't, you know.
Right. And it may be exactly what Mike's saying. Like if they do kick in that other oviduct, they go on the opposite side and they, get those active on that side. They only use the left, say, and now they're kicking over to the right. Maybe that's a real short window. I don't know.
Right.
But every time we've had a reabsorb, they go the next year and it's right when they should have. Do you know what I mean? It's like we just have never checked at that 4 month range or 3 month range to see,
Right.
where they were at. We just assumed, I guess. I don't
I
know.
can say she was pretty paired heavily with that guy too. She locked quite a few times with that guy, you know. So it's like I know you've got to be holding plenty of in there. So
Yeah.
he's one of my tanks that I can put in there with most girls, and if they don't want it, he's gonna take it regardless, you know. So he's definitely one of those.
Well, I was hoping one of you guys would be able to say, hey, just do this and it'll get off that 25 mark because I'm tired of looking at that on that goddamn screen. I'm like, what? 25 again? How? Are those even real in there? You just holding on to marbles? What the fuck's going on here?
So, do you guys remember like 3-4 years ago when they hit that 25 mark? Everybody said they wouldn't reabsorb. That was the golden mark. But now it's 30 to 35.
Yeah, we've seen 25 up to 30 go backwards for the last 2 years. Not a lot of them, but they have.
She is a 15-year-old female, not the picture off though, but she is a 15-year-old female, and that was her first time being paired ever. And she kind of like looked like she was building for sure, did her whole thing, and then it just looked like she was absorbing. And I was like, okay, what's going on?
John, Chris said, feed him heavier.
Yeah, if you could get the damn things to eat. I mean, we got live here for them. We got ASF. We got Norweed. I mean, other than cram it down there, you know what I mean? It's like if they're hungry, they're eating here. They're not going without food for sure. I know what Chris is saying, though. Maybe they just didn't get enough body weight where they're trying to balance that body weight to can I make eggs decision. I don't know, Hard to know. But
We
How
started a
often
little
are you
late.
guys feeding when you're getting a girl ready? You just buffet style or just once a week?
we actually do the once a week in that buildup. I think anytime outside of that, it's when they want it, and a lot of them will skip to like 9 days, 2 weeks. A lot of them don't eat every week. They don't even want one every week, but they're a good sized meal. They're not on the small side. You know what I mean? Where like, should I feed them 2 or should I? It's like they're kind of deciding in that off time, but when they're going and they're building and they're getting to that point, it's every week, and it's a good size meal every week, and they're gaining weight fast. Don't cut it any shorter than about 7 days, though. I feel like they don't have time to process it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Their stool gets all funky. They start passing half
So
wads of hair and parts, and it's like, I don't know if I like that.
you're saying don't, or you're saying feed every 7 days, nothing less?
When they're building, yeah, when the big females are getting ready to go, a couple months before they're going to start reproducing, it's every 7 days, and it's a good meal. That's when
What
they're.
about hatchlings?
Oh, now we'll go from 5 days to 8, depending on when they'll take it. I mean, hatchlings are pretty finicky for us. Sometimes they'll take one every 5 days. Sometimes they don't want it in under a week. They won't even look at it. We kind of let them tell us.
Yeah, I feed the ones I'm growing out, every 3 days.
Yeah.
And moderate size meals, not large meals every 3 days, right? So it's a little bit smaller the meals, but every 3 days. And I notice they grow so much faster and they're smashing food. But I have seen, to what John was saying, some females that you'll feed them every 3 days, like when they're building, right? I would give them like every 4 days. If they'll take it, I'm giving it, right? I make the introduction. If you want it, it's yours. If you don't want it, all right, I'll take it back. But I've had one in particular, my gravel clown female. She was doing that. It was almost like she was passing her stool, and it'll be like you could see a little bit of the rodent undigested, not much, but just a little visual. So I backed her off to every 7 days, and that subsided. It stopped happening. And she wouldn't. She's at that point now. She won't even take everything. Even if I try to give it to her, I notice once they hit about 900 to 1,000 grams, unless they're building, they won't take it anyway.
Right.
But under that, these girls are smashing it all the time, every 3 days, in solid stool.
Yep. And I do think it's a lot to do with the size, right? So, like, I think if we went with like our biggest ASF for these female, they'd probably process that quicker and be fine. But like those were given a decent size Norwegian, you know what I mean? And
yeah, it's a big difference.
we find out that if you get any closer than about a week apart, man, you definitely see it in their next stool. It's like, this is not even close to what that last material was. It's either super loose or you actually see some odd material in it that, didn't quite get finished, or we're like, we better slow down on that. That can't be good. That's got to be tough on their system.
I feed only ASFs, and then whatever the hatchlings, I get them on frozen thawed mice. I start them out with ASF hoppers, and the whole thing also about if they're on ASFs, they become crackheads, and that's all they want.
That's not.
That's BS.
I don't buy that.
Yeah, that's BS.
Nah. I'll tell you what, I've had more problem with mice feeders than I have ASF. I've had way more problem. I've had a few big breeders, Sydney babies, hatchling, and they feed on mice on regular. It's taken me months. I mean, I've tried every trick in the book to get them to ASFs or Norwegians. And Sam's an eyewitness. There was a couple that I thought I was going to die on them because they refuse anything but the stinky ass mice. And the mice have such a strong odor on them, is what I think is what these snakes get used to. Is because I mean I breed ASFs and mice in there. I get over mice men, that thing is fucking reek compared to my ASFs. Now, is it easier to clean? Hell yeah. Does it have less mess in the bottom of the bin? Hell yeah. The odor that they put off, it's just strong. And I feel like I've had a lot of big, I have het monsoons in there. I had 2 of them that I thought wasn't going to fucking eat or nothing. Mojave het monsoon, 100%. Another het monsoon I thought wasn't going to do nothing for me because I got them all on mice because that's where they originally ate. Couldn't get them to swap for shit. Finally did. I just basically gave them 3 weeks of you're just going to starve. You're not going to eat nothing. Fine, fuck it. You're going to eventually eat this shit, I kept putting in there, pulling out, putting in there, pulling out. Finally, it just took. But I can tell you, that was the worst for me. ASFs, I've never had any problems. I've had plenty of people like, yo, I feed ASFs. I throw mice in there, throw Norwegian in there, put it back on ASFs, still going to eat. No problems asked. Same with Norwegians, the same thing. No problems with them. You know, mice to me have been the most difficult. This is my experience. I'm doing it. This is only my second year, so I'm saying my experience. That's what I have. You know.
Yeah, that's been my experience as well. One time I ran out of ASFs. They just stopped producing for me. I had started some new colonies. I thought they would start going. They didn't. So I had to buy some rats. The dude didn't have no ASFs. I'm thinking, oh, I'm fucked. I've been feeding ASFs. They're not going to take. Sure enough, man, I got the Norwegians. I threw them in there. They were gone.
Yep.
They smashed them.
Yep.
And that was after months and months of just feeding them ASFs.
And I
Yeah, we've gotten
past the full plus. I gave all of them the ASFs too. Start them all on the ASFs and everything. No problems. They all ate. No problems asked. Of course, I did kind of like what I learned too. Left them in the incubator until they first shed. So kind of kept that demeanor up on them or whatnot. But
What up, Elias?
all like took, you know. I had some other ones that I did in the past. I tried with Norwegians, trying to get them to begin to eat. And it's kind of a fuckery for me. But I also don't blame that whole situation. There's other things involved with it too. I felt with the situation as well, you know. So, but I have no problems with ASFs. I love them. I can't complain on them. I'm gonna rock them from day one, you know. So.
Yeah. And
They're like,
half our
they're like
collection
little
is
savages on ASFs, man. I'm not gonna lie.
right. They do like them, but we don't even
Dustin
keep
knows.
track
He
of
got, he
who's
got,
getting
he
what.
got some. He got some tubs right over there behind him. I bet you if he slides one of mine open, it'll jump out at him.
Be ready.
Like, I mean, I should take a video one weekend because I bet you 80% of what I feed jumps out the tub as soon as I open it.
Yeah.
And I'm anywhere at least 95% eat every week. Like 1 to 3 at most don't eat.
Yeah, easier.
Everybody else eats. I mean, 2, 3. If I want to put them in there, they'll just keep smashing them. It's like, how many more you want to eat? Like, I don't want to overfeed you. You know what I mean? But we all know an ASF adult is nowhere near the size of a medium, or it's more like an adult is like a small nori. You know, a decent sized small nori. You know, but
I think
so
it's more
giving
like
them two,
like a
giving them
lean
two or
or
giving them like 2 or 3, you know what I mean? Ain't so bad. Now we got some.
We're not talking about New York little Chihuahua city rats.
I mean, don't get me wrong. ASFs are the best. If I didn't live in Georgia and I could have them, that's all I'd feed. I love them. I think they're awesome. High in protein, high in vitamins. Stool on the snakes is better. The smell on the rodents is better. Everything.
There's field mice, bro. There's a field mice.
Yeah, but I know some friends that got in trouble with them, and I don't want to be that person.
No, don't be that guy.
So you breed your own, Big Mike? You breed your own rats then?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Just
Actually,
ASFs, or you do Noris too?
I had a couple colonies of Norwegians, and I can't deal with them Chihuahuas, man. They were way too big, way too big. And I
Yeah.
was
The
like,
next thing you know, you're like, all right, now I got to get a big snake to take care of these jumbos and get rid of them.
yeah, it was a hassle.
Key's got some snakes that'll eat jumbo noris and they're ball pythons. Like my retired breeders, I'll give him the keys, and he's like, "Yeah, my snakes will eat them." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, this thing weighs like a pound. I'm like, yeah, his females smack him down, and I'm like, "Holy shit, I can't believe it!" Like, I got some big snakes, and like his just eat them. Like, I've given mine like extra large rats, like my big girls, and I'm like, I go to give it to them. I'm like, man, I don't know if I should do this. But they're like, all right, I want it like this. I'm like, all right, here, and they eat it, and I'm like, all right, you're good for like 2-3 weeks. Like, you know, you're good.
Right.
Like, chilling. Like,
is he cutting them in half lengthwise? Is he?
No, he just throws them in. The man, they're gone. And I'm like, what the shit? Like, it's like I don't know. It mind boggles me. Like, I'm just like, wow. Like, that's
I would be
cool.
worried of them biting the snake or something, man. A big ass nori like that.
That big. So like, I feed live.
What, that long?
When I feed my big girls, my bigger rats, like I knock them out. Like my snakes will eat live, frozen, thawed, pre-kill. They don't. It's food. They don't care. They don't care. But when they're that big, they get knocked out because I'd rather take a bite from my toques than get bit by a rat all day long. A snake bite is nothing. Nothing.
That's a big ass girl, Chris. He said 3,500 grams.
Grams, yeah. That's a big girl.
That's a shit.
See, I got
I've got a couple in that range, 40, 4,200.
4,200 grams?
Oh, yeah.
400,
Yep.
4,000 grams. 4,000 grams.
Jesus Christ.
She's massive.
What do you got over there, John? You got a Volta?
I kind of wonder because, yeah, she's honestly, before this last clutch, it's just a big Mojave girl. She went to a multi-gene hypo male, but she had not that big an egg count. But these eggs, like when you set them in your hand, they were, and I don't have small hands, but these things almost went to my fingertips. That's how big these eggs were.
Wow.
And I bet she was close to 4,600 before that clutch. But, you know, we didn't put her on the scale. I mean, how do you even put that on your normal ball python scale? You need to get the goddamn wife scale out of the bathroom to put the snake on it. You know what I mean? But yeah, I kind of wonder if it isn't something in that, you know, larger scale size, because you put her next to any of our other big breeders and she's half again as long besides, you know. She's a big girl.
My big confusion go 4,000 grams. Her eggs were, you know, I'm 6'1". Her eggs were as big as my hand. Her smaller eggs were like 2 golf balls put together.
Wow.
You know, like massive eggs. Like, and those they were due yesterday. Like, I'm itching to cut those eggs. Like, so bad. I want to see what's in there, but I'm trying to
Right,
wait for
Jamie?
But they're ready. Like, I can cut them right now, but I'm just waiting.
I'm trying to picture an animal that big, 3,800, 4,200. I have a female here. I would say she's about 3,000 grams. Has to be. She's Fatty McPatty. But yeah, that's huge. 800 grams more.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah, we have several in the mid threes. I mean, there's multiple females here at 3,500, but this girl dwarfs those. I mean, she's huge. I'll take a picture of her in a 70 series tub. You guys will be like, what the hell? She don't even hardly fit between the water bowl and the side, you know? You're like, God damn.
What's the smallest any of you have ever bred a female?
I can tell you the smallest we got with eggs. She was 1,100 grams and laid 6 eggs. We bought her. They sent her to us with eggs in it. And she laid them like 3 weeks after we got her. She was only 1,150 grams. We would have never bred that small. We're like, open the tub and like, what the hell?
So why would you
tell?
Why would you have never bred that small? I'm just
we just wouldn't even have thought about it. You know what I mean? We wouldn't even have ultrasounded till she was 1,000 plus. Just in our brain, it wouldn't have been part of the deal. You know,
Right.
they seem so small, it just wouldn't have kicked into like, hey, we should check here. You know, like.
But what
I
made
don't know.
my question? What made you feel that? Just by her size, or what you were taught? I guess from learning from other people.
I guess what we've always heard, and typically by our age, like we don't, as you can kind of tell from the way I talked about how we feed, is they don't grow that big that fast. I mean, these things are probably 2 years old and they're just hitting 1,200. I mean, a lot of people are hitting 1,200 at 13 months. You know what I mean? And that, to us, that scale just made sense in our brain, and they seem to just kind of work that way. Into, I don't know what we have, 140 of them now, but
They're pushing.
I guess just, yeah, a common practice. I don't know. Never really thought about it before 1,000, you know, not that we wouldn't, just, yeah, just didn't think about it, I guess.
What about you, Big Mike?
I'm looking at my records right now. The smallest I paired a female, well, obviously the last season, this season, right? I could tell you exactly because I write everything down. She was.
Wait, you write everything down in a notebook?
No, on
My guy.
on the punch
Hey.
card. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
I'm a notebook and index card person.
Yeah, dude. She was
So much
1158, and she was building, and that was on 10/13. She started pounding food. The male went back in on 11/8. I weighed her. She was at 1330. She gave me 8 eggs, and she pounded food throughout this whole thing. After the 8 eggs came out of her, well, actually, she gave me a total of 8 eggs, one slug, and one with no veins. I weighed her. She was 1454, and I weighed them all last week. She was at 1865.
See?
Nice.
She's
Nice.
still built and did great at 1,100 grams.
Yeah.
I told Stan that, like, bro, I'll pair at 1,100 because they're gonna go to building right after they pair, regardless, you know. So that, to me, you're gonna make up for that weight as long as you feed properly. You know, you're gonna make up for that weight, and they're gonna do their thing. You know, I wouldn't go any less. I've always said 1,100 grams. I think it's doable. You know, I could be wrong, but I think it's doable if you do it right and you do it feasible. You know.
So
I
our
think
shock,
if-
like I say, our shock when we got this girl is she laid these eggs at 1150.
Wow.
I mean, she laid the eggs at 11. This ain't like
Oh,
we're pairing her
shit.
at 1150.
Yeah. That
And
means
I'm
they
like,
paired her at
Wow,
like
that's a big difference.
500 maybe.
That's
like,
what I'm saying. Yeah, huge difference.
geez.
That's crazy.
So we got her, weighed her when she got here. She had no signs of being gravid at all, and she couldn't have been in that tub for. It was under a month, and it was over at Jason's place. He pulled it open, 6 eggs. We're like, what? What? I mean, she wasn't even 1,200 grams and laid
So,
the clutch of 6
out
eggs.
of those 6, they all hatch.
They all hatched. Yep. All hatched, all fine. But how small was this snake when it was paired? 800?
So
900?
did you weigh her
I've
after
done
she
that.
laid the
I've done
eggs?
that. 850. I paired at 850, and she
That's
laid
wild.
eggs, 850 grams, 4 eggs, all hatched. No issues.
Okay. Yeah,
No,
and I think she was right around there after the eggs. I want to say I'd have to look, but I think she was down to about 830, 850, somewhere in there. They weren't huge eggs, but they were all healthy. They all came out
Yeah.
fine.
Do you think that stunts their growth once they do that?
No clue, man. No
I don't think
evidence.
it stunts the growth. It stunts the
On
reproduction.
the process in the wild, if these snakes met up each other at that weight in the wild and they did it in the wild, is it going to stop any process? No. Is anything going to keep going on in their life naturally? Yes. You know, that's kind of how I feel. That's kind of how I feel with the process. I mean,
That's
Sure.
why. That's
Because I look at
exactly
the
why
wild
I paired
how-
so small.
I mean, just like there was one guy, there was one big breeder. I can't remember who he was, but he was talking about how these ball pythons will sit in a hole in Africa with a bunch of ASFs and will sit there, but not eat them all, but eat them as they want to. So the ASFs will have their own colony in the same hole as these snakes are sitting there with their eggs and their babies, and will eat them as they want to. And then when the babies hatch, these babies have these baby ASFs in that same hole that they're going to go to and eat as they want and gradually, and then they all disperse as they want. You know, it's kind of crazy and mind blowing when you think about shit like that, but it is true when you think about it. It's just like a gopher tortoise in Florida. A gopher tortoise also holds so many things in that hole with it: snakes, rabbits, everything that go in there through the winter that survive through the winter in that hole. Just like I think a ball python would go into in Africa and find, whatever. I don't know. I think about shit like that, and that's all natural shit that's gonna happen.
Justin, you're so right. That's why I paired so small, because my theory was in Africa, if you got this 850 gram female cruising around and this male comes around and he just wants to, hey, let's do the deed, they can do it, but it's up to her to turn that into something. If she feels she can do it, she's going to do it. If not, what's the worst going to happen? She's going to reabsorb and be bigger for the next season.
Correct.
And
Correct.
so that's
think
what I
we-
did. It worked.
Yeah, I hear this talk and this kind of comparison all the time, and I kind of have to wonder. I mean, as keepers, that'd be like saying, okay, well, we should put hawks and eagles around the room and hope that our snakes dodge those, because that's what. But I mean, the wild is extremes, right? So a snake, obviously, it's going to pair as early as it possibly can. That doesn't mean it's biologically good for it,
Correct.
or that it should
Yeah, but
happen, or that
If
it
it
could. But
wasn't,
it's like
she wouldn't
saying,
take- it's up to the snake to turn those the follicles into eggs.
sure, yeah, and they
100%.
will. They will under all kinds of extreme circumstances, right? You can put anything in an extreme circumstance for survival, and it's going to do it. But that doesn't mean that snake isn't going to die at 8 instead of 20, or that that animal isn't going through extreme stress it shouldn't. Things
True,
do
but what
things in the
extremes are
wild
we
to
putting our snakes
survive extreme shit. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm not arguing that.
No,
I'm just
I
saying
know. But
it's
I'm saying,
one way to see it.
To
What
feed
do
that
we-
purpose, John, though, like you also like we keep these snakes in habitat, just like I can explain with my bearded dragons. All right, I have
Right,
bearded
right.
dragons. When I have them inside, they thrive, but they thrive okay. They thrive just as what we keep them at inside. But I also have my bearded dragons outside all year long now, in outside cages because I'm in Florida. I'm able to do this. I can tell you, they thrive the best. Their colors are more vibrant. Everything with them is 1,000%
yeah.
way better than being captive inside than them being outside an outside cage where they get all the environment. I can tell you, they thrive like no tomorrow. Even when I cut my
Yeah.
grass, the weeds that's blowing in there, eating that shit. I can't even explain the amount of shit that like outside is way better for them than me keeping them inside in a cage.
Sure, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. And like, there isn't a right or wrong about it, but I do think that you got to be careful
I'm
about
right.
like what you compare,
Right.
right? So, if you get an animal in an extreme circumstance, will it do things to survive and propagate? Absolutely. Does it mean
Absolutely.
it's the best for its health? Not necessarily. I can't just argue that it's good for it and it would have happened anyway. I think that if you know better and you know their body biology better and more what they're going through at the time, I think some of those decisions could be made in a safer
right.
manner or better for the overall
The
health.
thing is
That's all.
I gotta go
would it
for
be
you. I gotta-
extreme for them because they're from Africa and you're talking about an area where it's really not extreme for them? I mean, yeah, bugs, ticks, something like that, but you're talking another animal that could come and just be a nuisance to them. Extreme
Sure.
for them out there is not going to be extreme. It's a normal day in paradise for them compared to
Right,
No.
right.
No,
us.
I think what John
Go
is
ahead,
trying to
Mariah.
say is the fact that not the extreme on its organs, let's say, right? Because not for nothing, the
Yeah.
850 is kind of light, I
Oh,
would
yeah,
say,
it's a lot. I'm not going to disagree.
as keepers, as people that we're breeding them unnaturally, we're kind of making them right reproduce for our fun, for lack of a better word, right? For our enjoyment, and to make them do it at 850. If it's an accident, okay. If you're bumping her just to get her eating, cool, when it happens, But to kind of like throw them in there on purpose to get her going, just to get some eggs, you could wait a little longer, get another
All right,
200
let
grams
me-
on her.
No,
me
no,
ask you-
see,
Not
let
that
me
you
ask
were
you-
wrong, but
it
I'm just
wasn't
saying,
a
in my
judgment
opinion.
thing at all.
This.
Because
No,
I
in my
don't
opinion.
know. I honestly don't know.
No, this is a
what's
good
better,
topic. I'm
I
loving it.
don't.
That's why I'm feeding
It's-
into it.
Let me ask
I'm
you this.
loving it.
Let me ask you this. Let's say you got a 2,800 gram female that gives you 12 good, beautiful eggs.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
Or no, hold on, backtrack. Sorry. You got 2,800 gram female that lays 12 eggs. 9 are good. The rest are slugs. Okay.
Right.
You got an 850
Good, Logan.
gram female that gives you 4 eggs, and they're all perfect. The same amount of stress as that female laying those 12 eggs, and she's losing 5 because they're not valuable, but she's still taking stress to poo those all out of her, compared to this one female that's half her, not a fraction of her size, but gives 4 great, beautiful, fertile eggs, and they all hatch. The smaller female, in my opinion, is taking less stress because she's only producing what she knows she can make, compared to this girl that's 2,800 grams that's pooing out 12 eggs, but not all of them are fertile. And how often does that happen where we get these? You just said earlier, I think, John, you had your big female. She gave you 8 eggs, I think. Your 4,200 gram female gave you 8 eggs.
She was a 10, the big one.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, there
You know,
go.
my girl, my pass out confusion, 4,000 grams. She gave me 7 eggs, and one all fertile, and one went bad. So now I only got 6. But
Yeah.
like, you would think a snake that size would give 10, 12, even 14, 10, 12, 14 egg clutch, no problems, easy peasy.
Right,
But
right.
it doesn't work out that way. It's so many eggs they allow to come out of her takes so much out of the animal. So,
Absolutely.
but breeding a smaller animal, giving a decent amount of eggs can do the same amount of damage as taking away from the animal. But if she's only producing 4 and those 4 are good, in my opinion, I believe it's a lot better than having a female that's much bigger, laying a bigger clutch, but only, 9 or 8 or 10 are good out of X amount that she laid, because the rest are
Right.
just thuds and stressful to her, in my opinion. But I could be
Right.
wrong.
No,
It's
no,
all
and I agree with that
trial and error.
100%. My thing wasn't about, hey, you should or you shouldn't, because I don't
Oh
know.
no,
I
yeah,
don't know
I know
their
you were
biology well
Yeah.
enough to know if that's harmful or not. I have no clue.
Right.
What I'm getting at is, I think the comparison that's dangerous is to say they do it in the wild, so we should do it in captivity. I
No,
don't think that's a good comparison,
no.
because what happens is
That's
if
not
if
what
a
we were
snake
saying. We were
goes,
saying they can, and the female
they
allows that to happen.
well, they
Because
can is kind of saying the same thing though, because an
no way.
animal's just going to go off of instinct.
You guys
Period.
said earlier is we're, in a sense, what I got from it is, in a sense, we're kind of playing Mother Nature by pairing our animals to get eggs, what we want. 100% is what we do.
Yeah.
But
Kind of, yeah.
you don't always have to go. It's really up to the snake. We just hope they go. At
Right.
the end of the day, that's what we hope for. And we can, I got snakes I paired this year. I was going for 16, but not all of my females went. Why? That's up to them. I don't know why. They just didn't want to go. It's
Yeah.
up to them.
So the
Like,
odd part about nature and animals and nature in general is those extremes are built into a population of animals for a reason. Because if there was a tragedy, they want the youngest possible animal to breed and propagate. Period. Doesn't mean it's a good thing, but they want it to be possible in nature. That's how nature kind of works,
hence
really.
parts of clutches.
Right. So is it good? I can't say it's good. Is it right? I have no idea. I'm not here to judge if it's right or not. I just think it's dangerous to say it happens in the wild, so we should do it in captivity. I just don't want that like
I
mindset
wouldn't
out
say
there.
I wouldn't say that either. I wouldn't say
You know
that.
what I mean? That's all I was getting at, because
But
there are
I understand it
extremes
does
in the
happen.
wild.
It does happen in the wild, yes. But I will agree
Yeah.
with you on that 1,000%, John. Should we do it in captivity? No. But is there people that do it? Yes. Like Princess D, you do it. Am I hating on you? Absolutely not. I'm not knocking
No,
you.
absolutely not.
Bro,
Yeah, no.
it's your cup of tea, bro. You float that tea. I'm not fucking pushing whatever on it wrong at all. Like I said, I just love opinions on it, and it's great to get both sides' opinions on it. It honestly is. It's a great
Yeah.
topic. There's a lot of people out there that want to do this. And I'm not telling anybody's wrong in either way. I'm not that guy. I'm not going to be that guy to tell anybody's wrong.
Let me ask you guys this. What do you think about age? I think at 17 months, 18 months, they're good to go.
I agree. I even
Yeah.
think before.
I mean,
before that, it's how
animal
you.
to animal.
I mean, I've heard of people doing it 12 months. I can't say
But
I've heard
yeah.
Female?
13 months. Well, I heard 13 months, but it's you're feeding. It's all up your feeding and their size.
I agree with the feeding.
Age, I get, you're right. Age plays a big part of maturity for them
Right.
and what they know from right or wrong. What we think they know from right or wrong, because we don't really know them because we're not kids, But what we think, what they know from right or wrong. And age has to play a part in that in some form of another. It has to, because otherwise, they could be 4 months old thinking, no, I want to have a kid. Like some, what would MT have? 16 and pregnant, the teenage shit. Like,
No.
absolutely not. Absolutely not. And
Nobody wants to run a Diddy house.
You're a kid. And you have no aspects of life.
No Diddy.
No Diddy house over here. Come on now.
Facts. But you're right with that. Age plays a part, but I think size plays a bigger part on helping them mature quicker. So if you can get, like, I got a friend that I know, he can have his snakes from hatchlings to 13 months down the road. He can have them sitting on a clutch of eggs. Like, I don't know how, and man, he feeds every day on Sundays religiously, only mice. all he's allowed to get, and it's all frozen cod. Okay,
Wow.
and he
Is there
does
a
it.
is there a big funnel involved?
Right.
Is
How
it-
many mice is he
Yeah.
Is he like
Every one a week, one a week, one
Yeah.
a week, one a week. I don't know if he does doubles. I'd have to ask him.
That's what I want to know. Like,
He's doubling up. He's doubling up.
I'm thinking
No,
more
he's
like I'm thinking
he's
more
not
like
that
triples,
person.
not doubles. I'm
He's
more like
just
triple.
no. He's
Yeah, it's gotta be
religious on
triples.
it. Like, it's insane. They all got a schedule, like, and he does it every week, and he sticks by it, and he gets his girls breeding the following season after they hatch.
I mean, I got bigger geckos than I see a
now,
large
not
mouse.
all of them, of course, not all his females like that, but he gets a majority of them. Like,
I can say like lately I've been kind of like because I've been kind of like Stan's been working a lot lately and stuff, so I've been kind of trying to clean the rats in the middle of the week and stuff and try to help it out with both of our situations. I can't say in the middle of the week since I've been doing that. I come in here and feed when they pick up their heads. I'm like, all right, because you're done eating towards the end of the week. So if I come in the middle of the week and you pick up your head and open the bin, I already have a bin full of grow outs or whatever, all in that. So I'm like, well, let me walk in there and see it. But I open up the bin, they pick up their head, I give it to them. And I can say since I've been doing that, I see a way faster growth. I know it's girth too, and I know maybe because the poop isn't digested as much, but I can see a lot better progress by me doing that too, than just doing that one day a week. I can't say. So
Listen,
I'm
I
doing a
do
lot
every 3 days under
by
800
myself.
grams.
I am my adults. I can't say that too.
I like it. Every 3
What's
days
up,
on an
TY?
800 grams. All day long.
Yeah.
All
That's
day
kind of what
long.
they're getting at, Mike. Is almost every 3 days. Not all of them. A handful of them definitely are. They pick up that head, open the bin. You're gonna get it. You want it. You're gonna get it. More than
Exactly.
Yeah, once they're over 1,000 grams, I don't do that. I just notice they won't take. It'll be once a week. And
Right.
sometimes what I also do is like if I've been hitting them hard and I notice they're growing exponentially faster than normal, in my opinion, I'll take off a week. So say I've been hitting my grow outs every 3 days and my regular other animals every 7 days, and they're looking kind of sluggish, they ain't moving around, they ain't poking their heads. I won't feed them the following week, and I won't give them the every 3 day animals. I won't feed them that week either. I'll give them that week off, to just in case they haven't digested something or
That's
something
a good
else is going
that's
on.
point, because that's probably what I'll try doing then is give them like a week off here and there.
Yeah,
Yes.
and then once I do that, they all go crazy again, and they just start slamming.
Yep.
So
That's a good point.
I like that. I'm with that. But I got females, so I got certain females that'll lay every season for me, and I got females that take a season off. But my females that lay every season, I'll give them 2 or 3 males if they want it. When they don't want it, I know. But when they want it, they take it, wrap it, they'll eat one. 20 minutes later, it's gone. Throw another one in, wrap it right away, eat it, swallow it. I'll throw a third. If they don't want it, they strike it. They hit it to scare it, and then they coil up in the corner. I'm like, all right, you're done. I pull it out. But then my females that go every other year, they eat the one time, and they want nothing to do with a second meal. But my females that go every year, they'll pound food 2 or 3 times in a feeding. And I'll give it to them, and I get no regurge. Now, if one regurges, well, she ain't getting that food no more like that because regurge is the worst thing ever to deal with a snake. It's super stressful.
It's nasty.
So
I could deal with the smell. It's really bad for the snake. It's a lot of work.
That's a huge part of it that
I'm gagging every time.
that's a huge part of it that I think we kind of are overlooking too as a group, because we want to set these hard rules for like, you got to give this every week. They're all different. They're all very different, and they're going to grow at different rates. They're going to eat at different rates. You got to know your animal, look at it, watch what it's doing. Is it passing right? Is it not passing right? Just feed it accordingly. I don't think anyone's like not taking good care of their animal, but I think there's a way bigger range in these animals than we want to set these hard rules to, like, you got to do this every 3 days. You got to do this they're all very different, and I think that we fall into that box all the time, and it's not great. Like, watch your animal, learn your animal.
They definitely
pay
grow
attention to
different
it.
because I got some that are say 6-8 months old, and they're bigger than a couple that I have that are pushing damn near 2 years old. And
Absolutely.
the ones that I'm talking, and they still eat damn near every week, like hardly ever miss a meal. If they don't
Yep.
eat, I take it out. If they eat, great. If they don't, I put the black tag on it so I know the following week, hey, they didn't eat last week, you know? That's my
Yep.
reminder to say they didn't eat. So those are the first ones I start trying to feed first. After I
So
get through everybody, if it's still in there, I pull it out. If you're not going to eat it by the time I get done feeding everybody, you're not going to eat it. So I just take it out.
Stay in the
And
So
then
we
I just
manual.
put
gotta
that black tag back on there again. You know what I mean?
We're all humans. We all have different metabolisms, and kind of like you said
Yes.
earlier, John. You like to watch the poop a lot, and you like to watch. You know, if it's not completely disintegrated, you still see some,
Sounds like a fetish.
still in there. You know, you're like,
right.
maybe I should not eat it as much right now. Let me slow down. You know, but watching the poop is a very big fucking thing to me. I like watching it. Alex, that's her big thing because she cleans bins, so that's her big thing. She loves. Like, okay, this one had runny poop this day, and I'm like, all right, babe, I'll check and see what it is. You know?
Alex loves your rates.
She loves your eggs.
Hey, I leave
My second half is the
Your
savior
rates
of this whole process, guys. My second half is the savior of this whole process.
your rates stay in the tub. Your rates stay in the tub for the most part. Poop
Do
comes
you
out
guys
of
keep track of the feedings or no? I keep track of the feedings. That's
I
what
use
I'm asking.
Husbandry Pro, so we keep track of everything. Cleaning, feeding, down to even soaking for shed. Everything's tracked on there whatsoever.
I write everything down.
See, that's a good way too. You know, Alex was that way before, but then I was like, look, we're gonna get Husbandry Pro, and it just
She
saved our
still
life.
writes it. Don't let him fool you. She still writes stuff in a
Writes a
book.
lot of it down. She'll write it down and then put it in Husbandry Pro.
Yep.
2 days later.
She's
So-
got a soft copy for the hard copy.
Yep.
I
All
write
right.
everything down too. I got books on books. Books on books.
It's always
So
good to
we
look back.
reversed it. It is, yeah, but we reversed it, right? So we started that with Husbandry Pro. We started putting in all of their weekly, whatever their food was for the week. Like this one gets a medium, this gets a wean, and we'd record every feeding. But we're like doing 130 snakes. We're going,
Oh yeah.
It's a lot of work.
this is dumb. Why don't we do the reverse? Why don't we just record the skips? Like there's 5 skips. You
Yeah.
record 5 things, not 125.
And John, have
You
you
know
like
what I mean?
set up
Like,
the rack in it? Because like that's what Alex will now do. Is she can go and
Yeah.
go to the rack and select all of them, and like
Yep.
all these 8, you know, or all these got water changes, or
yeah,
some-
but the reverse is still so much easier because you
Yeah.
know if it didn't get a mark, it ate. You know what I mean? It's like the assumption is it's eating fine, right? So mark the problem ones. That's what
Right.
the way we did it. But
that makes sense. It makes sense.
yeah, I mean it's just so much quicker for us. So our records are like pretty blank, but it shows what they get every week. And if there ain't a mark, they got that week. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
Right.
yeah, it just is the numbers thing. I think that makes it a problem. But
Definitely smart.
We-
Yeah, that's a
we,
larger collection, so
Oh yeah.
a lot
So we
more
definitely
work.
went over our hour, but we started a little late tonight. So Big Mike, we always ask the question to everybody: if you had a superpower, what would it be?
If I had a superpower, fuck, I don't know.
Gets everybody every time, right? Everybody's like, I don't know.
If I had a
tough one.
superpower, it would be to make it possible for me and my family to live forever.
Internal,
Okay.
what do they call that? Internal
That's a
life.
good one. We haven't had, I say, many people, or I think any person say they want to live forever. That's
Yep.
actually a good one.
Listen, man, I love my family to the moon and back, bro. I'm good with just being with them. Nobody else has to exist. No
Right.
offense to nobody, but you know, my wife, my kids, and my mom. If I had a superpower, it would be to make them live forever with me. You know.
Nice.
Different.
Nice. Definitely different. Yep.
Yeah,
dig that.
definitely different. Definitely
We
No.
haven't
different.
had that one. I like
For
it.
the
There you go.
for the people for the people that came in a little late, Mike, why don't you tell them where you can be found again, if you don't mind?
Sure, absolutely. You can find me on IG, Ramery's Royals. You can find me on YouTube with Ramery's Royals as well, and also on Morph Market.
Sweet.
Yep.
So we'll go around the horn a little bit real quick. What do you got to say as we're going out of here, Big D? Ain't seen you in a while, so what do you guys to say?
Hi.
That's it? Man, you ought to be on the lamest chat with that one. Bye.
Hey, that's fine. Yeah.
You could have at
Thanks.
least did the Forrest Gump one, right?
Miss America instead. Oh, that's this one. That's for
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
No, yeah. Just thanks for having me on. I know I pop in here once every few months, so I love it. You know, Ken's an awesome guy. Stan the man. You've always been Stan the man. So you know, and
It was
Justin's
good
awesome.
seeing you, brother.
Big Mike,
Definitely
you're
good
a
seeing
great
you.
person. So just thanks for having me on.
Anytime, bro. Anytime. You know that. Shoot
My
me a
show will
text
be
if
back
I'm on.
soon. Few months. My show will be back.
Nice.
Come on. Come on.
Bringing back the Thursday show?
Yeah, but no more Thirsty Thursday. It'll be a Thursday show, but no more drinking.
Okay. Okay.
Thirsty Thursday. I like that.
Yeah, I had that for a
Yeah,
while.
Big D used to get a little tanked up on Thursday
A little?
nights.
A little?
I think a couple times he might have fell asleep, forgot the live was still running.
Yep. Woke up in the middle of it and like, oh, closed.
Yeah, seen that
What
happen
is
a few times.
Yep.
It's all fun now. At least you had a good time doing it.
Hell
That's
yeah.
right. That's right.
All
You'll have
that.
to let me know when it starts back up. Definitely.
You will know. Everybody will know. It'll be
For
nice.
sure.
It'll be good.
What do you got to say, John?
Oh, not a ton. It's always good hanging out with all you guys, RWO guys. But appreciate it when I see the bat symbol up in the air. Like, hey, anybody want to pop on? I'm going to jump on every time. I just got too much dumb shit to say every week. But much appreciated.
Nothing's dumb.
And awesome to meet Mike. I mean, I've seen him popping around, but Mike's got some awesome stuff coming, and excited to see what he does. Honestly, man, great
Thank you. I
guest.
really
and
appreciate that.
It's
super nice guy.
It's
besides,
nothing
so.
dumb, John. We're all here to learn together, brother.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. But appreciate it, guys, as always. Much love
Anytime,
to
brother.
everybody.
Anytime. What you got to say there, Justin?
You always know, like I always tell everybody, keep them heads held high. All these are just projects, any speed bump or anything in their life going on, doesn't matter. Keep that head held high. As soon as you bring it down, it brings you down. So everybody knows, man, you got to keep pushing. It's all just speed bumps in the road, man. That's what I tell everybody. It's all just speed bumps in the road. Keep that head high, keep going, man. So I love to give everybody.
For sure. Like always, you know what I got to say, man. Support the art. If you ain't a member, I don't know what you guys are doing. Make sure you support US Arc Florida too, because, you know, remember what kind of happens here. It could trickle to your state. You never know. So strength in numbers, man. The more the merrier. Can't have enough in the arc, that's for sure. But Big Mike, I appreciate you for coming out tonight, man, and letting everybody know what you got going on.
Thank you. I appreciate being here.
Derek, thank you for coming out tonight. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Ken. Thank you for this. This is awesome.
John, thanks for stopping out tonight. Yeah, definitely,
100%.
brother. We do an RWO show too, Big Mike. If one night you want to stop on and jump on, it's just a bunch of us guys just pretty much doing the same thing we're doing here and shooting.
Yeah, let me know. Let me know.
For sure. Justin, as always, it was good seeing you, brother. You know that, man. I'll see you this weekend as always. And everybody in chat, thanks for coming out tonight. I really appreciate it. Sorry Ken couldn't be here tonight. We ran a little over, which doesn't hurt the channel at all. But always got to help a brother out. He's out there on a secret blind date with maybe James. I'm not saying, but I'm just saying.
They've been going to the massage parlors having that.
Hey, don't be sending them no pictures, James. I know you're listening. You're just not saying anything.
Happy endings all around.
Yeah, they're getting happy endings all around.
I also want to thank the sponsors, 217 Pythons. Will, appreciate you. Eddie from Static Morphs, always appreciate you, brother. RGI, if you guys need some shed testing done, you know where to go. RGI does some good shed testing. Not knocking Charlie. Charlie's an awesome dude. You can go there as well. Charlie's a good guy. But I'll have the RWO show be on my channel this week on Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern time. If y'all want to come hang out and check it out, you're more than welcome. And till the next time, man, I appreciate everybody for coming out tonight. John, Big Mike, Derek, Justin, and people in chat. Till the next time,
Yeah.
y'all have a good night.
Peace.
Appreciate it.
Peace.
See ya.